Have you looked at the sky today? Have you noticed the weather, how the clouds looked, or how the sun was shining? I am willing to bet you haven't. At least most of my friends and teachers I have asked this question to admitted not to have. They even found it strange that I was asking such a question. But why? After all, the sky is big, very big, and it is oftentimes conventionally beautiful to look at. It is arguably the most noticeable thing for anyone that is outdoors. The answer is really simple. People unconsciously filter out their thoughts about the sky because it is always there. When something is persistent, we stop paying attention to it. It becomes normal for us and we stop thinking about it. Now, this might sound quite familiar to you. That's because it is. This phenomenon happens to us every single day. And the most simple example is that our brains filter out the image of our noses, and we usually forget its existence, even though it's literally closer than right under our noses. Now, these are both largely harmless examples. But what if the thing we were ignoring was a global disaster, like wars, natural disasters, or global warming? What if these had become normal for us too? What if we were bombarded with so much information that we had no choice but to selectively ignore some very crucial things for the sake of others that were much less relevant? What if this flow of information was so fast that we lost sight of things, very fundamental things that made us human? What if love, happiness, peace, friendship, even human rights and basic decency had become nothing but mere words to us? Unfortunately, we now live in a world where many of us can relate to this. In a scenario like ours, when a negative situation arises, we as a society have a tendency to overlook the fact that the people affected by this situation are in fact people. Unless the effects are inflicted on us directly, we can be so detached from what is happening and how inhumane it truly might be. Now, this is obviously nothing new. It has been happening for a very long time with the class systems and such, but it is inevitably amplified in our modern days. As I mentioned before, we are under a constant rain of data, and we simply cannot keep up. Our brains were not made for taking in so much information. After a while, we start to ignore the things that we read and see, especially online, where we now spend a majority of our time. Over time, we stop feeling feelings like empathy for the people that we know are suffering, and everything that we see becomes virtual to us emotionally. Now, I am not here to depress you with these. I am here to offer an alternative, a weapon, a shield, something else that is all around us that we have lost sight of. To find it, we have to go back in time to the earliest of humans and compare them to ourselves. What is something that has defined us as human that we have been doing despite all the years that have passed? Now, there can be many answers for this, such as speech or the use of tools. But what I want to bring to your attention today is art. Artistic expression, from the earliest cave paintings and ritualistic chants to the latest rock albums and abstract pieces, has been a way for us to communicate, feel, and cooperate. It has been something that gives us value and lets us give value to those around us. Unfortunately, art will not give us our independence back just by existing. We have to know how to use it too. So, the next logical question to ask is how? There is no clear-cut answer for this, and it really depends on the person's creativity. I do want to give you an example from one of my favorite artists, though. You might have heard of Banksy, a famous street artist whose works sell for millions, even more when he decides to destroy them. He uses stencils to make graffiti, and he uses his art to give powerful messages. Over the years, he has inspired many other artists to take a stand too, and he has given hope to many who might have lost it. We need to remember that media is a powerful tool, art is a powerful tool, communication is a powerful tool. We need to use them to create a better world for us, for humanity, for the present and future generations. We need to reclaim our own thoughts, feelings, and the things that we see. Remember that hope is never lost. Thank you.